The debate over Canada's next fighter jet has exploded into a diplomatic crisis, with the US issuing a blunt ultimatum: buy the F-35, or risk a fundamental change to the NORAD agreement. US Ambassador Pete Hoekstra's warning in January 2026 was clear. If Canada chooses the Swedish Gripen, the US will fill the capability gap itself, sidelining the Royal Canadian Air Force. This threat challenges the foundation of the NORAD partnership, built on mutual trust for over 60 years. The US insists only the F-35's advanced technology can meet modern threats, framing the purchase as a test of alliance loyalty, not just a business deal. Now Canada faces a defining choice: assert its sovereignty or yield to unprecedented American pressure. Canada's hesitation to buy the F-35 centers on sovereignty and control. Under the F-35 program, all spare parts, even those in Canada, remain US property, and critical software updates are controlled by Washington, raising fears of a kill switch. Denmark's experience with the F-35, marked by long downtimes and total US dependency, has served as a warning. The F-35's high costs and low readiness rates, just 36% mission capable in 2023, add to Canadian doubts. In contrast, the Gripen offers full Canadian control over maintenance and software, and lower costs. For many, the choice is about more than performance. It's about ensuring Canada's Air Force can't be grounded by a foreign power. The Gripen's promise of sovereignty makes it a compelling alternative. Despite US threats, Prime Minister Mark Carney's government has stood firm, refusing to be bullied into a decision. Canadian officials see the US campaign as commercial pressure, disguised as security concern. Ottawa insists the final choice will be based on Canada's needs, cost, industrial benefits, and above all, sovereign control. By keeping the Gripen in the running and limiting the initial F-35 order, Canada signals it won't be strong-armed. The government's transparent review process reframes the debate. This is about alliance respect, not just aircraft. Canada is testing the limits of its partnership with Washington, making clear that sovereignty is not for sale. The outcome will shape the future of Canada-US defense relations. As tensions rose, Ottawa floated a compromise: a mixed fleet of F-35s for NORAD missions and Gripens for other roles. This approach aims to satisfy US demands for interoperability, while preserving Canadian sovereignty and reducing costs. The US claims only the F-35 can truly integrate with its systems, but critics call this a marketing ploy. Canada has long operated different jets alongside US aircraft without issue, and the Gripen is already used by NATO allies. Proponents argue the Gripen's NATO standard systems make it fully interoperable. A mixed fleet could offer the best of both worlds: F-35s for high-end missions, Gripens for patrols and NATO deployments. This would allow Canada to maintain a larger, more flexible air force than an all F-35 fleet. But it also introduces new logistical and financial challenges. The fighter jet debate has captured public attention, with 72% of Canadians supporting the Gripen, alone, or in a mixed fleet. Saab's promise of 10,000 Canadian jobs and full technology transfer has strong appeal, contrasting with the F-35's US-controlled supply chain. However, a mixed fleet would strain the Royal Canadian Air Force, requiring separate training, infrastructure, and supply chains. The RCF has long relied on the efficiency of a single fleet. Two types could stretch resources thin. The government must weigh the political and economic benefits of a mixed fleet against the operational burden it would place on the Air Force. The decision is as much about national identity and economic opportunity as it is about military capability. The stakes for Canada's future are high. US officials' aggressive rhetoric, especially Ambassador Hoekstra's threats, has fueled Canadian resentment and accusations of bullying. Incidents like US jets operating in Canadian airspace, including the downing of a balloon over the Yukon and a bomb threat response near Calgary, have heightened tensions. These actions, paired with threats to fly F-35s into Canada, suggest the US is willing to act unilaterally if its demands aren't met. This challenges the principle of shared sovereignty that has defined NORAD for decades. Ottawa has responded cautiously, but the American approach is backfiring, strengthening calls for greater Canadian independence. Instead of intimidating Canada, US tactics are reinforcing the very sovereignty concerns that make the Gripen attractive. The dispute has shifted from security to a test of national will. The US risks undermining the trust that underpins the alliance. Security experts are divided on the fallout from the fighter jet standoff. Some downplay the US threats as negotiation tactics, confident the alliance will endure. Others warn that public feuding erodes NORAD's credibility and emboldens adversaries. The dispute exposes a deeper rift. The US now equates interoperability with uniformity, while Canada values the ability to work together with different systems. This fundamental disagreement could reshape the alliance if not resolved. The saga has forced Canada to rethink its defense policy, balancing alliance benefits with the need for sovereign control. Whatever the outcome, the episode marks a turning point in Canada-US defense relations.